Hi, I got a really neat little project to do today, and this is really simple and you can get it done in about an hour. All you need is a drill press. I read about this in the September 2007 issue of American Woodworker, and since then a lot of people have been writing in and coming up with enhancements on it, but this is the basic cube within a cube, and it's sort of a puzzle. It looks like there's a cube in there and you wonder how did it get in there because there's no way for it to come out. So it's just, I don't know what it is, but it's a lot of fun to play with. So here's a closer look of what this is. It's just a solid chunk of wood. I think this is 3 inches by 3 inches square, and inside is a floating cube, and of course there's no way to get that out of there. And I don't know, it's kind of a conversation piece, and if you have it sitting around, people will pick it up and kind of wonder how you did it. One of the things to do about this is get a solid chunk of wood. You really don't want to laminate wood together to make it, otherwise people will see those lines and assume that oh well, you just put it together and glued it all up. So that's part of the interesting part, is to use solid block of wood. So cut a piece of wood square and we can get started. Okay, the first thing you want to do is find the center point on just one of the sides, and you got to be really precise about it because you really want to get as close to that center as you can, and just draw a line like so. Now I've got a center spot. Next you want to put just a little X in one corner of each side. And that's so when you put it through into the drill press, you can make sure you position it at the exact same location each time. Next you want to head over to your drill press. Set the speed of your drill press at the slowest speed. Install a Forstner bit. In this case I'm using a 2-inch Forstner bit to make the hole on 3-inch block, but depending on the size of your wood you can use whatever you want. Set up a stop block on a fence. If you don't have a fence on your drill press, you can just clamp down a board or anything will work. The stop block will never change throughout the whole procedure. So when you get that clamped down, you find the exact center point. When I drop the drill press down, it'll go right into the center. So that's the basic setup. So this first cut, I'm going to go down just kind of eyeballing it, about a 1/16 of an inch. That looks like it there. One thing to be aware of is I set my X in this location. So every time I cut a piece, I'm going to make sure the X is on the left side. It's kind of arbitrary. It can go any place you want it, but you just want to make sure that you have that in the same position each time, you know, just in case your block isn't exactly square. Take a square and draw a line from one of these diagonal lines that you made previously to where it intersects that circle. So about like that. I'll draw a line. Now that's going to give me an indicator on how deep to make the first cut. Now with that line drawn, I can use that as a guide to set up my drill press, and you can just line it up visually along the side there, and you want your bit to come down about a 1/16 of an inch higher than that line. You don't want to go any deeper than that, you know, for fear that it would cut all the way through the cube. So we'll inch our way down, but for there, set up a stop on your press where it stops a 1/16 inch above the line. Now that I've got that depth set, I can make my first cut, and I'm going to position the X again in that same left position. And you want to start with the end grain because it's tougher to get through and it could chip out if you do that last. So just start rolling down, making the cut. So you just want to work your way around each side, always making sure that the X is in the same location. Also, make sure you clean out any shavings that might be in this area so that it can sit properly. Well, the face grain is definitely a lot easier to get through than the end grain. And with that final face cut, you can start to see the cube inside. So now it's just a matter of getting closer and closer to where it's about ready to release. And with all 6 faces cut, I've lowered the bit about a 32nd of an inch, and I'll just inch my way around each side. And if you can see that, it's almost ready to release. So I'll take it down about a 32nd of an inch the next time. You just want to be careful. You don't want to